when we get active, yeah. All of my tattoos black, my eyes bloodshot red. I'm ready right now. Don't run your mouth too quick. Let's get it. Stop talking. One way, my way, my way, my way, my way, my way.
Don't make me rap, you get your talking out my face. It's in my mind, willing, it's in my DNA. I gotta get it, I don't know no other way. Get out my way.
Model, that's so typical. Body overdoing this, that's so typical. Treat like a god, that's so
Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in.
And now, please welcome your New Orleans Saints.
On the visiting sideline, their head coach. His guys just 2 wins over their last 6 games. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to get after it here on this Christmas Day. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And leading the charge, we get a look at their 6-year quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
A beautiful spin and room to run. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. We often poke a little fun at running backs past the age of 30. Oh, they're getting old, they can't run anymore. Well, he's showing past the age of 30, you can still have some nice runs like that.
You certainly can, and I think they will start.
And right away, he lost the football. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this, so Carolina keeps the ball. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. When you look at the Saints' defense, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and there on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they like, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the young rookie out of Notre Dame.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press and one team gets an advantage. Our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
And this will wind up a Saints first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Back to throw. Phillips. Open man is Ross, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Looking to throw. Phillips. Working for Ross again. He finds him again. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. Off the play fake. Phillips. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
Here we go, shot.
Back to throw again. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Saints are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A very important third down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Saints are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. A point after, good by Groupie. And we are tied at 7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Carolina getting set to take the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Just when you want a first down run, call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. again, it's Johnson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. Operating from the gun, Crocker. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. The 20. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. The extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 14-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And a long run there in the end to top it off. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
2nd and 15. Got a man open, it's Ross. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down.
48-yard line.
Off play action. Phillips. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. The Saints at 13-1 now on the year, and they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here, and if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason, and we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going deep downfield for Ross. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Panthers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So the interception there. And Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched the playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Crocker. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bradley. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Panther football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the middle, Johnson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Crocker. Throw left side complete. That's Bradley. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this first half. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visiting Saints who got the victory then, so they'll look for the season sweep here in New Orleans. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. 3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, we want to run up the middle. They can get upfield and get on the linebackers right now, and that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there. 35 yards. And the Saints are an extra point away from drawing level. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive interception, this drive the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Carolina offense about ready to go. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Looking to throw. Crocker. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a third down.
Out of the gun now on third down.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
So touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now, finally, got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance. They're getting off the field.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return.
And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10.
Well, the home team's offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they'll just simply be looking to build up the confidence of the last time out with us. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there.
70 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Groupie able to add the PAT. And the lead is now 21-14. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6.
And able to get this out to the 25. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina.
They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it first and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
He'll start with a handoff to Johnson.
And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32.
86 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They go to Johnson again.
And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now it's Peterson. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Let's go. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Garland. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
Back to throw. Phillips. He'll drop it off to McAllister as running back. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. Looking to throw. Phillips. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Saints, first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes.
He has really thrown the ball well here in this first half. You see the numbers, up over 200 passing.
And he'll go down. the 20-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Screenplay to McAllister. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Phillips. And he is caught. Touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. The point after, good by Groupie. And the lead now up to 14. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Crocker toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Here we go.
To throw is Phillips. Throwing to start the drive. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go. 60 vices. 60 vices.
Operating from the gun. Phillips. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
Phillips now. A final shot before break.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. A great play there as time expires in the first half. And the Saints will extend their lead on the final play of the half. And they extend their lead, a little added cushion possession into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 40, right around the 39. So solid starting field position. This offense making its way back out, led by their wide receiver. He's already made his presence felt in this one with his previous touchdown grab, and that's been the story of his season thus far as you take a look at the NFL's current leaders in touchdown receptions. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. For this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Second and 2. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, he'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2. At the Panthers.
Back to throw. Phillips. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
The numbers throwing the ball have been great. He's up over 300 yards now for the game. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And that is incomplete here. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
They'll run up the middle with McAllister. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Were you as surprised as I was that they actually ran it on second down there? I thought that they would go ahead and throw it in every situation here.
They've thrown for 3 touchdown passes. Now here, I think they probably go back to the air.
Yeah, I think so. But ordinarily, second down is when you run your play fake, your play action, show run, and throw the ball. Now they brought up third down and have to throw it anyway.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. With his 19th touchdown, his second of the game.
And the Saints take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Grupu for the extra point.
And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Saints
So that drive goes 8 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Looking to put a drive together. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 8. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
First down, Panthers.
Back to throw now on first down. It's complete. He finds Falk here. And he's brought down here. Outside of the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
First down, Carolina.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They'll look to throw again. And he is going to lose yardage here. So it'll be a loss of 10 on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
3rd down.
19 Tiger. Let go.
Looking to throw. Crocker. Oh, had his hands on it. Couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Now here's the Panthers special teams unit to try a field goal for 3. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And that drops the deficit from 28 to 25. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Saints offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now a toss out wide to McAllister. And really a nice job there to make something out of that run. Sidestepping defenders for a pickup of 4. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners, keep moving it, keep grinding the clock.
Here's 3rd and 7.
Back to throw. Phillips. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
At the 39-yard line.
Here's Phillips. Off play action.
Eyes the crossing route, and he finds Pittman.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
The 12-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's caught. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
2nd and 1 from the 2.
Here we go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Saints extend their 4th quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. Groupie able to add the PAT.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Panthers about ready to take over. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini-losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Off the play fake. Crocker. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
24-yard gain on the play. And the Panther first down.
Off play action. Crocker. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Off the play fake. Crocker. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
The Panthers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Under pressure, and they got to him again. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And past the 35, will be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
31-yard line.
Looking to throw. Phillips. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there. 30 yards. And the Saints add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th. Here's Groupie for the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
The score, Saints 56.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
2nd and 6.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Off play action. Crocker. Man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
First down, Panthers.
Back to throw. Crocker. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Looking to throw. Crocker. And he's got his man on the out route. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Crocker. That is caught. McMillan with it. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 21. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Carolina.
Let's go. Hey, that's your man. That's your man.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
He will be brought down, but a 1st and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning.
A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers, and a first down here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now here's the Panthers special teams unit to try a field goal for 3. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
The Saints offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
Here we go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's a gain of 31 with right around 1 minute to go in the quarter.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And it's slowed to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker.
Here's 2nd and 3.
At the 24-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
Crossing route complete to Ross.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Dances by him.
And he takes this near to 25. Just a little pass there. Call it to 26. Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Off the play fake. Crocker. Now he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Crocker. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he will be marked down inside of New Orleans 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
So that drive, 4 plays. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And the returner down to a knee. This will come out to the 35-yard line.
Japanese! 60 bikes, 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Now Phillips throwing to start the drive. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for New Orleans, it's another win for them, and you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now at 14-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Los Angeles.